Hey guys, welcome to Clash Hole's next war recap. This war was versus a clan named Finishing Pro. I'm going to assume they are Finnish. I'm not really sure. Anyways, it wasn't a very competitive war. We came out with a really hot start and just never let up, and they just couldn't catch up. I'll show you what they did to our bases. They cleaned up the bottom couple. Little Lumber held off for only 2 stars, and up top was just brutal for them. Even there. And then on the other side, as you can see, we cleaned up all their Town Hall 8s and 3-starred their Town Hall 9. They only had 1, and 2-starred both of their Town Hall 10s. This match was actually fairly even. We both had 2 10s, 1 9, and the rest 8s, with the exception of the very bottom one. We had a 7 and they had an 8. But he was a pretty low 8. I'd like to start doing this thing where I give a shout out to just anyone who really crushed it in war. Definitely people who nailed 6-star attacks, legitimate attacks, didn't go low or anything like that. Not that we let people do that anyways. Maybe a Town Hall 9 who moves up and just puts a nice 2-star on a Town Hall 10, as well as their 3-star attack. Anyone who just did really well as war, like a war total. Maybe a monster defend, which I'm not going to show you guys because I don't want to show you my bases. But I'd just like to give them a shout out. So this war, we had 2 players pull out a 6-star war. They both got their attacks in really early, and all 4 of the attacks were actually first hits, I believe. Anyways, those 2 players were Little Lumber and D3, so good job to you guys. And I'd also like to give a special shout out to Puncake and Kelt80. You guys still had some attacks left when all of the Town Hall 8s had already been destroyed. You didn't really stand much of a chance against a Town Hall 9 or a Town Hall 10, and you could have just went low and got some loot. But instead of doing that, you attacked, I want to say 1 and 3. Don't quote me on that. Actually, it might have been 1, 2, and 3. Let's just look. My team. Celt Lady attacks 3. Oh. Well, I thought Puncake did as well. Maybe that was last war. Alright, well, I take back the kudos to Puncake. I'm sorry, but you didn't earn it. Good job, Celt Lady. I'm sorry I keep calling you Celt Lady, but, I'm from New England and the Celtics, and it just makes sense to me. Anyways, I know you say it, Celt Lady. So good job, Celt Lady. I appreciate you going up and pulling out that defense on number 3. Helps those guys up top. And by those guys, I mean me. You helped me. But you also helped the clan. So, thank you for that. I'll try to be better at acknowledging people who do selfless acts for the clan like that. Alright, so let's go over a couple of attacks. We're just going to go over 4. We're going to start with Puncake. He attacked the 10, which is their baby, but Puncake is a Town Hall 7, still attacking a Town Hall 8. Granted, he doesn't have max air defenses for a Town Hall 8. He's only got Town Hall 7 level air defenses, but he does have the 3rd air defense and the blower. So, this is still for a Town Hall 7 to come pick off. Puncake comes in with his dragons from the south after using 3 lightning spells on the 1st air defense. Makes a nice spread with the dragons so that way he gets a proper funnel. And as the dragons start to move up, they do get targeted by that 1st baby air defense, but luckily it's not doing very much damage. And he drops in his loons, his clan cats on the side, so they only have a air defense. They do have 1 stop to make for the mortar, and then after that they take out their air defense, and unfortunately that whiz tower takes them out pretty quick, but they got what they came for. The dragons are still working on the king and the town hall, But pretty soon they're going to turn on that archer tower, and then there's no trash buildings really to get in their way of just finishing what little threat there is left for them, and then it's just cleanup. So let's fast forward through this and finish out his nice 3-star attack against somebody who was a Town Hall 8 higher than he was. Alright, next we are going to move to number 8. Brent was doing a cleanup attack on this one, and he fortunately knew, I'm going to pause it for just a second, he knew where all the great bombs were, and in this corner, that corner, and that corner where those spaces are, there is a Tesla on the outside corner and a great bomb between the Tesla and whatever's on the inside, a storage and a mortar. So what he does, castle first, and he gets them all grouped up a little bit, and then he ends up doing a double poison, I believe. So I'll fast forward through this because poisons are slow and boring. This is actually very unusual for Brent because he very rarely double poisons. He usually just pulls out and goes barbarian, wizard, barbarian, and then everything dies. But he throws down his king, and all he's trying to do here is just a simple king swap. Takes out a couple of trash buildings, that king comes out, kills it, and now he doesn't have to worry about that at all with his hogs. Now you see that he sent hogs in on each corner, 3 or 4 in each corner, I think 3. Specifically take out that Tesla, trigger that great bomb. Once those are all done, there's no risk left for his hogs. There's no places for the 3 great bombs would be exploded already. He did miss one, but he ends up pathing around it, so it doesn't matter. And he might hit a couple spring traps, but he's got 3 heals in the bag, and he's got just a shit ton of hogs, and there's almost 0 risk. So he spams them all in, and they just take out everything. They just do business. So I just noticed that king swap didn't work. Unfortunately, that defending king still has a little bit of life. But once this blower goes down, those hogs should take him out fairly quickly. And then you have your wizards all around the outside, and your hogs starting from the top. And they should just wrap around this base, make their way to the town hall, smash their hammers down, and that is it. Nice little swag right there in the middle at the end. Good job, Brent. Alright, the next one, we're going to go up to 7, and I had to decide which little lumber to show you, because I didn't want to show you 2. But this one was a Go-Vaho, so I decided to show you this one because you guys get plenty of mass hog attacks. So Go-Vaho, again, this was a first hit, so the idea was to drag out that clan castle. I wasn't sure what was in there, and when archers first started coming out, I got a little nervous. I was like, oh, please don't be 25 archers. That'd be terrible. So I dropped my 2 barbs, one at a time, and I got that dragon out. So after that, I felt pretty good about it. Pulled out that dragon, and I dropped my poison here in a second, so let's just fast forward a bit. Make sure you know where that shadow is, so that way you can poison the archers and not miss the dragon at the same time. Try to get them both. So I dropped my double poison, and I had 2 level 2 poison spells. Usually I bring at least a level 3, if not a max poison spell with me. But that time I got donated a level 1, and we get the bump. So I had to really space them out. I could have maybe brought them a little bit closer, but I wasn't worried about time so much. I dropped my 2 golems on opposite sides, so that way I get tanking across that whole front. I can drop my wizards in a really wide format, and then I dropped 3 Valkyries on each side. Now, what I wanted to happen was I wanted my golems to split like they do, and my Valkyries to split, but they didn't. My Valkyries went with my golems, or went with my east golems, I guess, which I guess worked out because those golems had already split into golemites. I dropped this first heal spell, trying to kind of double up, save a little bit, try to get my Valkyries and my, but I end up just missing both. I should have just dropped a Valkyries and then waited for my Hogs until I need it. Turns out I drop a second heal spell that I didn't really need, but I figured better safe than sorry. I probably could have done this entire attack without any heals at all. And I still had one left in the bag, so I definitely could have used my first heal as a dedicated Valk heal and not tried to get too much with too little. So at this point, I feel great about everything, and then I start running to the town hall with my Hogs, and all of a sudden I find 2 Great Bombs, and there go my entire pack of Hogs. Luckily, I still have those Valks, I still have those Wizards, so they're going to make their way to that town hall. Oh, look, and then they hit the last Great Bomb. All 3 of them right there at the end. Luckily, that Great Bomb didn't kill all of my Valkyries. That's why you need to heal your Valkyries, because they're tanky and they last forever, and if you keep them healed up, they're not as good as golems, of course, as far as tanking is concerned, but when you combine that with the splash damage they do, Valks are just boss. You can see right here, these Valks are level 1 Valks. They're not upgraded at all. Great Bombs didn't take them out, the defenses didn't take them out, and the only thing I used on them was one poorly placed heal spell that they were in for about a second and a half, maybe. Anyways, highly recommend people learning how to use Valks. It's just a great troop to have to add into your Hog attacks, to add into your go wee wees. If you're really one of those clans who has to go wipe, besides, I feel sorry for you, throw some Valks in with them. It'll make your attack so much better. All right, moving on. The last one we're gonna do is Town Hall 9 3-star. This is Lumberhawk, obviously being a Town Hall 10. And, my heroes being 33-25 compared to their 15-15 makes a pretty big difference. But what I'm going to do here is a Go Vaho. I drop my 4 Quakes in the middle, and my intention is to actually open up all 4 of these compartments, including these 2 compartments where these air defenses are, but I misplaced my Quakes. So I didn't get those compartments, and I almost missed this bottom compartment. Anyways, so I drop in my couple Hogs. I could have done it with just 1, but I did it with 2 because I wasn't sure what I was going to find in there. And turns out it was just 1 dragon, and that was it. He didn't completely fill his clan castle. Either that or it's not upgraded all the way. I don't remember. Anyways, so I pull out that dragon, and then I just kill it the old-fashioned way. Drop my golem, dragon goes over, I put a couple wizards behind it. We'll slow that down. Dragon goes down pretty quick. My golem did take a little bit of damage. I could have been a little smarter and pulled it out further with a couple of barbs, and then, made a little more headway. And so I'm making this funnel here with my wizards, and I wanted to make the funnel a bit wider. I wanted to get all the way over to this dark elixir drill over here. But because my golem didn't go exactly where I wanted, I was no longer protected from that archer tower that's taking up my wizard right now, and I had to improvise a little bit. So instead of penetrating this base right here, I had to penetrate it over here, where I had a better funnel layout. I send in my heroes, I send in my Valkyries, I drop a rage in the middle, I drop a heal in the middle, and I just let my kill team do work. Meanwhile, I start sending in my Hogs on the left side while my kill team is doing all the tanking. So I don't really need any heal spells. I do drop 1 golem up there just to give me a little bit of tanking. He doesn't really do much. I don't know if I got enough value out of him. And I drop my first heal spell for where those Great Bombs are, which is perfect because my kill team ends up walking into that heal spell and they get some of that benefit. So that was really nice. Drop my second heal spell as my Hogs work their way around to the last little bit of troops. I still have this golem down here doing tanking, so there's not even anything attacking my Hogs. So, they're at full health when they wipe this base out. And then it's just cleanup. I have an archer and a couple barbs over here. I have my queen up there who still has her ability, so I'm going to pop that in a second just to get the extra archers out. I have my king over here. I have my Hogs over there and Hogs down there. I have a really good spread for this cleanup effort. And that's about it. I mean, I felt pretty good about this attack. Got the 3-star. This was one of the last attacks, and by this point, the war didn't matter anymore. I could have, tried to attack another Town Hall 10, but I wanted to practice. I don't get a lot of practice on Town Hall 9s, and obviously you don't do a lot of Gohos or Govahos at Town Hall 10 with the Infernos. So yeah, I wanted to get a nice practice attack in, and that worked out really well. I'm pretty happy with that. So that is it for our war against Finishing Pro. Good job to everyone over here at Clash Holes. And I'll give you a quick preview of our current war. We are going up against a clan called SK1527. I don't know what language that is, so I don't know where they're from. But there are a level 8 clan, and the matchup is kind of even. We have 4 Town Hall 9s, and the rest are Town Hall 8s with the Town Hall 7. And they have a Town Hall 7, a bunch of Town Hall 8s, 3 Town Hall 9s, and a Town Hall 10. But this Town Hall 10 is a brand new Town Hall 10. It basically has Town Hall 9 defenses, Town Hall 9 troops. And as long as they don't drop Infernos in the next 19 hours, which they might, it would be a good idea for them to do that. But I'm hoping they don't. If they don't, we have a pretty good chance of this being another good war for us. So, and even if they do, then we'll just have to kill some damn Infernos now, won't we? Alright, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you around.